Welcome to Cigars and Hip Hop, a show about hip hop during its golden age era. We'll also be discussing cigars and drinks that we enjoyed during the discussion. And now, let's get on with the show.
That LA
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it was cool to see, you have like Fat Joe and Big
Cuban
Pun,
Links,
Cuban Links,
Armageddon.
I think it's also important to mention that hip hop was born in New York.
Yeah.
And New York is a mecca for Caribbean, Puerto Rican. There was even Hondurans back there.
Cubans.
I mean, we don't know.
Cubans, Dominicans,
We don't know
Haitian.
who. Yeah, I mean, we don't know who of these cats that started the game were Latino also, right?
Right.
Mhm.
But I think that the Latinos always looked for. We were always looking for that hardcore sound. I mean, sure, we love that commercial Melomanese sound and stuff like that, but I think we always wanted to see somebody step up to the plate that could bring fucking heat to the mic.
Yeah.
And I think Pun did that.
No, I definitely think Pun was one of the top. Man, I was listening to it again. I was like, God, he's got to be a top 10, top 8, top 5 hip hop artist.
Question.
Well, his son is rapping now too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got a son, right?
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
So you gotta be a good dude. His name's Chris.
Yeah.
So
Given that we got
Two of them
Two
here.
of them.
go up in the room.
So, question for you guys: Do you guys think that Pun being alive would he have taken on Eminem?
Yeah.
I would have loved
maybe.
to hear of
That would have
her.
been a battle of that. That would have been
Yeah.
some shit.
I mean, you have Eminem did the post Biggie death. He did a song on the third Biggie album. What is it called? Not Life After Death. I can't think of the third Biggie album, but he did a song with Biggie. Eminem did, where I feel like when you do an album after an artist passes away, you don't get that true
Collaboration.
Yeah, you don't get that vibe, which every Pac album after Pac's death is not. They're in my opinion, they're just not the same as they would be if he was alive to give that in the studio.
Like, the extra
Dead
off
Wrong.
with
Yeah,
the
Dead Wrong is the name of the song, and that was on the third Biggie album. But I don't know. Like, I feel like if there's I would have loved to hear a Pun song with Eminem like together in the same studio. Like, I just feel like that's where the vibe is at. I don't think you can get it from the sending the track. You know what I mean? Like, but man,
Well, back then that's how you had to do it. You had to go.
Yeah.
You had to go to the studio.
you had to go to the studio.
Yeah, you had to be at the studio, like link up, work on the track right then and there. How to get the
Yep.
beat right then and there.
Hey, y'all gotta try this shit. This weed and a cigar.
Weed and a cigar. It's called a blunt.
First,
We got a shotgun.
You hit the cigar first, and then you hit the weed.
No, yeah, also lit shit.
Man, this shit is good because you get the flavor of the tobacco,
The
which
short
you
story,
can't
right?
inhale, but you get the flavor of the weed that you can inhale. So you got
That you can
more.
inhale.
you got a short story with a long story.
Yeah. So I got a Fuente and a freebie. Shit, thanks. Good looking. Yeah, I'm not gonna say my. I'm not gonna say my
Some
weed
gracias
man's-
weed? Some gracias weed?
Yeah, the gracias weed.
Disclose.
I'm not gonna disclose my weed man's name, but thank you if you're listening. Thank you very much.
The weed man.
He's the best weed man in the world. Shit. If your weed man come to you and say, "Here, man, take this. I want you to try it," and it's
Say
a whole
thank you.
ounce,
Say thank you.
you just say thank you.
You just say
You say
thank you.
muchas gracias.
We just, gracias weed. That's what
You know,
gracias
it's
weed.
gracias weed. So I don't ask no question. What kind of weed is this? No, gracias. That's it.
Would you guys be upset if I told you that when I listened to Capital Punishment, it reminded me of The Chronic
No.
in terms of creativity?
I wouldn't be mad at you, but it's a bit. No, yeah, creativity. Yeah, there's a difference.
I would ask you to elaborate on that.
Sure, I'm talking about the creativity, the you know, the middle songs, the little, what do they call them, the intermissions, right? They're very movie-like, very creative, like
You
the
said
beginning.
Chronic?
Yeah, the Chronic, where the Chronic had intermissions, and you know, at some point in the middle they were, you know, they had sounds where they were in a room, they were, you know, for a lack of a better word, you know, they were fucking, and then at times they were about to go do a gangbang.
So little skits and shit.
Yeah, little skits, you know, which I think, you know, when you bring that kind of creativity to an album, you know, gives you much more to listen to than just music.
So you're just comparing just the little skits and whatsoever, and not the actual.
Exactly, not the actual.
Not
skit.
the actual talent of the rappers.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I'm talking on creativity in terms of.
Then I can agree.
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to Dr. Dre, Snoop, and Dogg Pound, and none of them. No disrespect at all. But the skits, yes. But when it comes to the flow, no.
Well, I feel like the Chronic too doesn't really. I mean, it highlights more of Dr. Dre's production work
Mm-hmm.
than it does more of his lyrical skill.
Salute.
Like, because the Chronic is basically a 90% almost like all Snoop.
Yep.
It's basically kind of like a Snoop, like a 1A Snoop intro album. You know, first album.
Interesting.
Where Capital Punishment was more of Big Pun. Although Dr. Dre did produce on Capital Punishment, because he reproduced the Twins
Mm-hmm.
Twin song with Fat Joe for you know, the deep cover remix or whatever, however you want to call it. But yeah, I think, you know, and that's the case too. Is like, you know, Dr. Dre's first album is a classic. You know what I mean? Like, but it's not. It's like, but it more showcases how Dr. Dre is a genius producer, rather than I'd say a genius MC.
Sure.
But
I just think the way that on creativity level.
yeah, I think
that's
like I mean
what
he
I'm
has
looking at.
those. You know, that's one thing that like hip hop doesn't have today is it doesn't have those intermediate, like those skits, those like, you know, he had like, even though I'm not a big fan of him right now, but like you know, on Capital Punishment he has those like skits with like Funkmaster Flex and like, you know, those little like interludes.
Man, what you got against Flex, man?
I don't know, Flex. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like
I seen him and Kid Capri was feuding.
oh yeah, they were beefing for a little bit.
You know I'm on Kid Capri's side. I ain't got nothing against Flex, but I gotta stick with Kid Capri.
I mean, Flex, I don't know, like, because I am I mean, I guess I will classify myself as a Tupac stan.
Yeah.
I love Tupac. Tupac is my hip hop idol.
I feel you.
Like, he's, in my opinion, you know, we're talking about Pun here, but just to give more story of like why I'm not big on Flex. You know, he had some choice words to say about Pac. You know, and I not that I can't look at the criticism of it, but like I felt like he was more talking out his ass than he was talking facts, in my opinion. And you know, Tretch from Naughty by Nature checked him hard.
Just a thug.
But yeah, I didn't realize how true of a thug Tretch was until I seen it. But
oh fuck.
ooh, that's heavy. But yeah, so anyways,
Gonna be fucked up
you know,
today.
Flex ran his
Right
mouth about a couple years ago
Oh, this one has the crutch though, right on.
about some Pac stuff, and then I was like, you just sound bitter.
At some point, right?
He just sounds like like kind of almost like that bitter old man, in a way.
Speaking of old man, somebody better get Simon some oxygen.
For real, man.
Look, he over there.
You alright, dog?
I'm cool.
Man, I wish I had a camera. Boy.
I'm cool.
That young buck.
I'm good. I'm
So
good.
yeah, but to continue on, you said something actually that kind of sparked the next topic I want to bring up about separating the real life from the entertainment and artistry.
Can I say one thing before you?
Yeah,
start?
for sure.
We forgot one huge hip hop icon that passed away in March. Huge. He was small in stature, but he was huge. Playing charades. I wish I had some Lokes. And
some Eazy-E.
there we go.
March 27th.
March 26th.
26th.
March 26th.
That's
Eazy
right.
Passed away May.
That's right. Let me
rest in heaven.
Yes. Big ups to Eazy-E, Ruthless Records.
Yep. May you rest in heaven.
One of the true OGs of the West Coast sound.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I appreciate you bringing that up.
You got to pay respects, right?
Always pay respects.
Touches my heart. Another brother from the Southern California that's gone but never forgotten.
That Compton G.
OG.
So yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I
It's all
appreciate
good, man.
that.
It's all
Thank
good.
you. But yeah, so get back to what you were saying earlier about separating the artistry from the real person. So we got a couple topics to talk about that then. So one I want to bring up first is rather newer. So Cardi B got caught on some shit.
Sure.
You know,
Allegedly. Yeah.
allegedly on that Bill Cosby hype. Where she was drugging.
Allegedly.
drugging. Thank you. Allegedly drugging people, and then robbing them to make her living.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it. You know, she. You know. I know she was. I believe she was a stripper.
Yeah, before all this,
exotic dancer. You could say.
Exotic
prior to
performer,
her hip hop, you know, so she was trying to make her. She was just trying to get by, right?
Right. Exactly.
With
Okay.
what we know, with what we know of Bill Cosby, right?
Yeah.
Do we think this alleged, information? Do we condemn her as we did Bill Cosby? I mean, she didn't necessarily. She didn't drug people to rape them.
Yeah,
right?
she does it for their money.
She was drugging them to rob them.
Well, let's
allegedly.
Let's be real,
yeah.
right? I mean, can we be real on one thing that, you know, she had two choices. People were taking her to the room to fuck her,
Right.
right? And this is a explicit podcast, so you know you can hear this word. So she already knew that where she was going and what they wanted from her.
What?
So
So
not to say that
you
it
gonna
was
fuck
wrong.
me, so I'm gonna fuck you?
I mean,
Pretty much, I guess is what that
I
sounds
guess,
like.
but if you think of it in that sense, right? Is
No,
that I mean,
Don't-
she's
don't-
not wrong to think that way, right? Like,
I mean, the thing is that the only problem with that is that what if there was a death or something like that, a
Sure.
horrible
of course.
incident, someone had to go to the hospital or something like that.
I don't blame her.
So like, it's not like it's
If you gonna take a chance and
Take
fuck
it,
a
yeah.
stripper, you taking the chance.
Right.
yeah, be on your toes.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's like buying weed from your weed connected you ain't never connected with before. You taking a chance. You don't know. You could be the police. It could be just, it could be some boo-boo weed. Shit could be laced with PCP.
Hey, yo, y'all heard about
Taking a chance.
You guys heard about those people that have AIDS and go fuck.
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
They're
yeah.
taking a fucking chance.
These motherfuckers may not want to have no rubber on. You taking a chance. You just, you playing Russian roulette with your dick.
For sure.
So if you gonna allow yourself to take a chance to fuck your whole life up and your family's life and everything, then that person that you're taking a chance with too is basically gonna be like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this an opportunity. If you drop your wallet and I don't know you, and I see some green, muchas gracias.
Muchas
I'm going to
gracias,
buy
green.
some muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias, green.
I'll mail your ID and everything back to you because I know it's a bitch getting your shit back. But cash is mine. I'm looking at that. That's my reward. So you take advantage. It's basically the strong survive. I know I'm going to get some flack, but the strong survive.
You know,
Hey,
the other thing is,
it's
man, Big Chris and Chris.
I'm going to change my name.
I'm gonna change my
The way I
name.
took it was this: I can't crucify her,
Yeah.
you know, because she keeps it real. She talks.
Yeah.
I mean, to her detriment, she's way too real for her own good, right? So
I can't stand that.
she'll tell you.
I can't stand that.
She'll tell you what she thinks. But the thing is, I don't want to crucify her for what maybe people been doing forever, you know, and you know, I don't know that she's doing it anymore, whatever. But still, we live in times when if you say something, someone's gonna crucify you for it.
Well, she ain't no stripper no more. She ain't doing it no more.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's she's reformed.
No, she's turned into a positive. I won't necessarily say role model.
Did you say positive?
I'm saying she's turned into a
You
positive.
positively don't want your daughter to turn out like that.
True, but she's turned her life around positively,
Right.
in a positive direction. Excuse me. You know, she's making that legal money instead of making that.
Well, she was still making legal money,
well,
but
yeah, well, you know, but maybe some of it was not.
yeah, you're right.
That back end stuff. But again, like I said, I don't know if I could crucify her for what she's doing. You know, sometimes
What
I
she
see
did-
club-
what she
you know,
legitimately
hey, we all
did,
see
yeah.
Players Club, right? Like
Exactly,
they
yeah.
gotta hustle. They gotta
You
work
gotta
on
hustle.
hustle.
Make that money. Don't let that money make you.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're talking human beings here. I mean, we'd be hypocrites to say that we haven't walked on the wrong line at one point or another.
Sure.
Man, I'm a Christian.
God-fearing man.
Born
God
again.
fearing man. Me and muchas gracias. Shit.
But so that was one of the things. I also wanted to bring up too, that also brings up the fact too, like, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, do you separate their...
Let's start with Michael Jackson.
Let's start with Michael Jackson, right?
All right.
Well,
If
I
were
knew
a
this was
parent-
gonna come
Sure.
up. All right,
If I
let's
were-
get to it.
I am a parent.
Well, you are a
right?
parent.
I am a parent, but if I were a parent, well, I am a parent, but if my kid were little
yes,
and it had some kind of disability, I would not drop off my kid
and leave him there.
and leave him there. What the fuck kind of a parent are you?
Right.
Fuck disability. I'm gonna leave a healthy kid there.
Say what?
You said,
Yeah, come again. Repeat that.
okay, I understand. A kid, I wouldn't leave a kid with disabilities there either. But I would not leave a healthy kid there either.
Oh
Sure,
yeah,
yeah.
I thought.
Thank you for catching that. Yeah, you don't just leave your
Which is
kid with
guessing.
a fucking stranger.
Well,
What's wrong with you?
But what I guess too, what I struggle with this situation too is that, like the other artist that we were mentioning, he passed away.
Sure.
So he's not here. Whatever your feelings of him, whatever he does on how he acts on his personal time, that's his business.
Yeah.
That man is allowed to do whatever the
Well,
fuck he wants,
True.
as long as within moral standards, right? Like whatever. But I mean, like, what I mean by that is like, if he wants to go home and fucking run around and wear a bathrobe and fucking with nothing else on, if he want to do
Jack
whatever,
off with a monkey?
yeah, if he want to do whatever the fuck he wants to do when
That's
he's at
his life.
home, that's his life. You know what I mean? But
That's some freaky shit jacking off with a monkey.
like, I
What
don't.
the-
In my opinion, I don't believe he ever did anything
Right.
with children.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I refuse to watch that documentary that
Yeah.
came out because the biggest reason is if a man's not here to defend himself,
Yep.
then what the fuck's the point of bringing it out?
Thank you.
Are you
Exactly.
trying to just bring down a man's legacy?
Yeah, that's
I respect everybody who has been molested or raped or harmed as a child
Right.
or anything or woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fully respect them, and I feel bad for them and that whatever situation they were put in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But there's no actual facts to prove this.
Right.
There's all there is hearsay.
Right.
Like, and, unfortunately Michael Jackson went through this before when he was, arrested and tried and all that shit. They did their due diligence. The FBI, who has an amazing conviction percentage,
yeah.
did their due diligence on this, and they found nothing.
Right.
CRB, if I may interrupt for just a moment.
Of course.
Just to add more validity to what you're saying. The FBI investigated it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't find anything. Michael Jackson, even though his complexion was white, was a black man. Am I right?
You're right. You ain't wrong.
FBI, black man. That's two things that don't mix. So if the FBI gonna have some shit, and you black, they gonna concoct some type of something. They gonna mix something up and they gonna get you somehow.
Yep.
They did not. And a lot of people are saying, oh, just because he was a celebrity, whatever. One question just still is just hitting me in my head. If you 17, knew that I pedophile to me is a scum of the earth. But let's just say I put me in that position. Knew that somebody had accused me of something. Would you, even though I was just accused, would you allow your children to come over here and spend the night at my house?
No.
Exactly. Exactly. Neither would I. Even though it was just accused and not proven. All these people knew Michael Jackson had been accused of these things, but they still allowed their children around him to spend the night and have these little play dates and whatsoever. I don't know what happened, but still, why would you put your child in that predicament? Was it apparently it was some financial gain? Maybe I can say, later on, oh, he did this, that, and that, and that. Maybe I can get some money off of it. I mean, I just have a hard time grasping that all the stuff that they're saying is true. I really do. It's just really hard. But still, even if it is proven fact, I'm still gonna remember Michael Jackson that I knew growing up, the entertainer.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty shitty childhood.
Very shitty.
The man never grew up.
Yep. He didn't know what it was to be a kid.
Yeah. There's no. I mean, his father already was one of those people who, even before they were musicians, he they got treated like grown men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's really my take on it. Like, I'll still listen to Michael Jackson's music. I'll still big him up. He was a huge influence on my music life and what I listen to, and like every time I hear his music, I still get happy and feel that's what you want when you listen to music. But on the flip side of that, right, we got R. Kelly.
Fuck that.
His music reflects like
His
actions and shit. I can't listen to that shit
I can't listen
anymore.
to his music ever again.
I really
Everything you
can.
listen to now, you really being like, oh yeah, that motherfucker's
Yeah,
fucked up.
like I was watching.
Yeah, he also sick shit.
Yeah,
Fuck that, dude.
like so I just had a birthday a couple weeks ago. I was over at my mom's house for my birthday dinner, and we watched Space Jam.
Space Jam?
Yeah,
Wow.
I wanted to watch Space Jam, and so they start playing "I Believe I Could Fly," and I couldn't just all I could do was shake my head like, God damn, really, you son of a bitch, like.
One of many kids' favorite movies.
Yeah, it's just a disgusting, like, me and my wife watched the first 2 episodes of that Surviving R. Kelly, and man, like, I can't watch it anymore. That shit is so fucking just depressing, and you just feel helpless for these people who got trapped by this person, and like the people around him. Where's the sense of morale, or not the morale, but like, just your overall like conscience, morality, like
common sense
is like money really makes people act funny.
It's true.
And makes you lose your ability to tell what's right and wrong when it's your meal ticket, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to think about fame too, right? You got to think how many people are drawn to that for the wrong reasons, and will be willing to do.
Man, the shit is crazy.
It is.
I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this cat, because the shit, and it's funny that you brought it out, because now when you do listen to his music, he was basically telling everybody in his music, shit, I like little girls.
yep.
It's sick. And I can say it's sick now because this man is alive, and and it's proven. I don't know, man.
There is a videotape, not one, but two videos.
Actually, it's
Like,
yeah,
there's 2 videos.
there's 2 videos, but he got it. What happened when he went to court?
I mean, he basically, the people didn't want to press charges, so they didn't talk. Like, when he went to court the first time, he was acquitted because they wouldn't talk. Like, the family, because I'm guessing that he paid them off. Like, that's the difference, though, is that there's actual evidence of him sitting there peeing on someone.
You got videos, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But in Michael Jackson's case, right, there is no evidence
Ain't no video.
other than
Ain't
hearsay. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
again, I want to clarify by if Michael Jackson did this stuff, then he's a terrible human being.
Yeah.
But if he
Definitely.
didn't do this stuff,
Those are terrible.
those are
beings
terrible.
that
Yeah,
are
like,
accusing.
and it's not right to bring. It's just, you know, you can't do that. I just don't believe in it.
And if you notice, man, if you want to compare the two different guys, I mean, Michael Jackson had great relationships, friendship, and, you know, ladies that were very close to him.
Sure.
People that were very close to him that fucking came out and said, man, I never knew this guy to be anything but good.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
just very timid and just fucking, you know, love it.
Which is understanding coming from, like, you know, when you don't grow up in a sense of like a childhood from a child to a teenager to a young adult to a man to an older man. Like when you don't have those steps, you know, it's like cooking, right? Like if you miss a step, shit's not gonna taste right.
Exactly.
You know, and it's like for him, it was like, you know, he missed a couple of steps
Mm-hmm.
in development of life.
Right.
You know, sure he had millions, but we've all seen the stories where millions of dollars don't necessarily make people happy when you don't have the little things that matter in life.
That's right.
You know, privacy, you know, Eminem taught us that privacy is a huge deal for some, you know?
Right.
Like be careful what you wish for in a way, right?
Exactly.
It's like, but again, yeah, with R. Kelly, I just,
You don't have people stepping up to his plate.
you don't have anybody. Like
Yeah.
I watched an interview with him. This is from this was like way back in the early 2000s when he did that joint album with Jay-Z and they were on tour and he was telling he was saying that he was talking to R. Kelly about like, he's like, yo man, your section of the concert isn't really, it's not doing nothing. It's just, it's boring in a way. You know, let's try to mix up some stuff. You know, he was giving him like criticism, but it was constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Thank you. And like he said, R. Kelly like flipped on him and all that shit, and like walked out, and he was like, "Dude, he's like, who the fuck do you know who the fuck I am? I'm Jay-Z. Like this, I ain't no fucking little B rapper or B
Exactly.
artist, motherfucker. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah.
You know, people are here to see me and you, but they'll stay to see me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, but you're right about that. Like, Neo said the same thing. That like R. Kelly wouldn't give them a dressing room or some shit like that. And his backup dancers had to dress in the hallways and shit like that. Like, all kinds of weird stuff, man. Like, but you don't hear that about Michael Jackson. You
Right.
hear that he was like a very, like you said, nice, but he was timid. You know, he probably has trust
He was
issues.
very welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a close set of people, like, you know.
I watched a video of Michael Jackson.
I
you
was
can-
hoping you wouldn't say you watched it, Marco.
yeah. Let me retract that. I was watching a video of Michael Jackson. I think this is way back in the '80s, and he's in Argentina. And this girl basically breaks through security
Mm-hmm.
to give Michael Jackson a hug, and as far as to kiss him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people were trying to spin that video, saying, "Oh yeah, he was going for it and stuff." You could tell that Michael Jackson was just very timid with that moment.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't know what to do with it. But I mean, the least that security could have done was pull the girl away, which eventually they did.
Right.
But I mean, I didn't see any of Michael Jackson going. You know how they say you go only 50%, so that the other 50% you go all in it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do that. He just let that moment ride.
Right.
Right. The girl hugged him. She was, I guess, underage, but still, he basically did what he did, which is he acted timid. He didn't know what to do with it.
I think, man, that
I think I would have seen a different thing if he had been a different guy.
I think since he didn't have a childhood, he liked being around kids. Just to see what it was to be a child, you
Yeah.
know, trying to relive his childhood
Yeah.
that he never was able to have.
Yeah, I
You know,
agree.
true sounds kind of weird and all, but I feel for dude. I mean, I really feel for dude because, like, you know, CRV brought out earlier, he didn't have a childhood. He had a hard ass family life to deal with. Growing up as a little kid, as an entertainer, just thrown straight into the spotlight. You want to go out and play with other kids. You want to play kickball, tag, whatever, you know, hide and seek. You want to do all that. You want to be able to know what it feels like to kiss a girl and, you know, to hide and go get it, to, you know, to the games that we played as children. He didn't get a chance to do that. And he liked being around kids because he was able to basically be like, okay, this is what it's like to be a child.
Right.
He was trying to relive his childhood.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, honestly, all that bread, all that money he had, and the way his house, you saw he had wild animals and Ferris wheels and merry-go-rounds and all that type of stuff. What was the name of his place? Was it Neverland?
Neverland.
Neverland. You know, he was trying to make like a playland. I mean, I feel for dude, man, you know, and I hope, you know, he's not here to defend himself, but regardless of what happened, he's gone now, and I think they just should respect his legacy and just let it die. And not, I mean, you know, basically you kicking his tombstone right now. You just kicking it and spitting on his grave. He's gone.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cigars and Hip Hop. We'll see you next time. Peace.